This is the ideal version of you. You are productive, you're happy, you're getting things done, you're achieving your dreams. But this is current you. You are feeling unmotivated, unproductive, lazy, tired, and just generally stuck in a rut. If you want to get from here to there, I'm going to take you through my simple 7-step process to get you out of this rut and on your path to success. It is so easy for us to fall into these slumps or get stuck in a rut, but oftentimes it's quite hard to get back out of them. After going through a lot of these ruts myself, I have finally found a routine that I follow when I get stuck. Just a disclaimer, this is only what has worked for me, and I have perfected these steps over quite a few years, so I really hope you can find something that helps. So I'm going to take you through a set of 7 steps that I follow every time I find myself getting into one of these ruts or starting to get into one of these ruts. And it always works for me, and I hope it works for you too. So the first step is to be kind to yourself. Beating yourself up is not going to do you any favours. It's just going to make it even more hard for you to climb out of that hole and get things back on track again. So accept the situation as it is. You are stuck in a rut, but you will get out of it. Decide what it is that you want to focus on. Don't focus on being stuck in this rut. Focus on moving forward. Step 2 is to make a plan. Get a piece of paper and a pen or a notebook and write down exactly where it is that you want to go. Where do you see yourself ending up when you get out of this rut? What do you want to be doing with your time? What is it that you actually want to achieve? Really think about this. Do a whole brain dump. You're doing this because you need a direction to follow to keep you on track. And when you have a direction, you have a clear path that you can follow, and you can see the next step in front of you, which makes it so much easier to go in the right direction, rather than if you look too far into the future, you're not quite sure which step to take next. But if you have a plan laid out in front of you, you can see the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step, and so on. And so you can slowly start getting out of this rut. Once you can see your future plans written out in front of you, and you know what you're aiming for, and you know your next steps, you can then figure out what you want to do with your time and how you will achieve that. So if you don't write down your future goals, your future plans, where you want to get to, what you want to achieve, you're not going to make that first step, and so you're just going to stay stuck in this rut. Step 3 is your environment. Your environment greatly affects your mood and how you feel. So if your environment is messy, then your head is not going to be clear, and you will most likely struggle to feel any sense of motivation. So start by cleaning up your surroundings, and you will feel a sense of accomplishment. Step 4 is to start small. After your space is clean and tidy, you can start to think a bit more clearly, and you need to take action on those plans that you made earlier. Do something small towards your future goals each day. That way you are building your daily routine to fit in your goals, rather than trying to do too much and getting burnt out, which will send you straight back to square one, and you'll end up back in that rut again. If you take really small steps and aim for just a small achievement each day, that will eventually build up over time, and then you will start to be able to do more and more each day and fit more in, and that way you are also building consistency. Step 5, celebrate small wins. It's really important that we celebrate our small achievements, celebrate the achievement of tidying your environment, celebrate getting through the first day. You did it, you achieved what you wanted to achieve. Now you know you can do it the next day, and it might seem really small and like you don't really need to celebrate it. You need to make yourself feel proud that you did it, and then you will want to achieve more. even if you only did half an hour, if you wrote one line, you did something, and that is still progress, and that's great. And if you do that every day for a year, who knows where you will end up. So celebrating your small wins will keep you on track and make you feel proud and make you want to keep putting in that momentum and achieving your goals. Step 6, keep yourself accountable. So once you are on the track of doing something small every single day and then celebrating that achievement, you also want to make sure that you are keeping consistent. Create a daily to-do list. I was always one of those people that didn't like to-do lists. I thought, oh, I know what I need to do, it's all in my head, it's fine, I can remember everything I've got to do. But then I actually started writing to-do lists each day. At first I was like, oh, this is silly, I'm just ticking it off, when I used to be ticking it off in my brain anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. But then I really started to enjoy it, and to see all your tasks written down in a list and then you tick them off one by one, it's actually really satisfying. You feel really productive. So I highly suggest that if you're not doing a daily to-do list, then try that. You could also get an accountability buddy, or you could put money on the line. Do whatever you think will work for you to keep yourself accountable to those small daily tasks until it becomes a habit. And the final step, step 7, plan for bad days. Life happens and bad days are just inevitable. So we need to differentiate between bad days and life completely getting in the way. So you might be too sick to get out of bed. On those days, obviously don't beat yourself up. It cannot be helped. Remember step 1, be kind to yourself. But if it's a bad day, as in you just don't feel motivated, or you just don't feel like it, you don't feel like getting out of bed today, you don't feel like getting up, you don't feel like getting dressed, these days happen to all of us. You can plan to do the bare minimum for that day. Once you've got into the swing of things and you are doing those small steps and you are starting to build on them and doing more and more each day or each week, then plan out the bare minimum that will get you through that day and the maximum that you can do on a good day. And if you're having a really bad day, you can just turn to the minimum, and at least then you will have got something done. If it is a good day, you can obviously achieve the maximum, but if you are on a low motivation day or you feel like you just can't do it that day, at least start and at least do the very minimum. You might find that momentum will push you and you'll start getting motivation, and that you can actually achieve more than the minimum on that day, and that is fantastic. Doing the bare minimum will at least keep you accountable and keep you on track. So you know that on a good day you can achieve this amount of work, and on a bad day you will do this amount of work. And doing that tiny amount of work is a lot better than just doing nothing and writing off the whole day. So for an example, if you want to write, you might only write 1 line on a bad day, or you might write 2 pages on a good day, or you might plan to walk 5 miles on a good day, or just 5 minutes on a bad day, whatever applies to you. So these are my tips, and this gets me out of a rut every single time. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and that you got something out of it. Let me know in the comments if you give any of them a try and if they worked for you. Also let me know if you have any ways that you get out of a rut. I want to build a community here, and I want us to all help each other to have better lives. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I am sending you so much love and positivity. I'll see you in my next video.